Hello everyone, and welcome to your video on disappearing logs. So before I get started showing you this new stuff, we're just going to do a couple easy log problems to kind of get your brain turned on. So if I asked you what is log base 749, you know that I would really be asking what is 7 raised to the x that is going to equal 49. And then you could probably do it in your head that x is going to equal 2, right? Because 7 times 7, or 7 squared, is 49. All right, let's do another one. Let's do log base 381. What is that going to equal? Well, 3 to the x equals 81 is what we're really asking. And then, if we think about this for just a second, you should hopefully get that x equals 4, because 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 3 is 9, and so 9 times 9 is 81, right? 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 9 makes 81, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 threes. Okay, how about log base 5, 125? What is that going to be? Well, that means 5 raised to the what equals 125. And in that case, our x is going to equal 3, because 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. These are ones that you probably are capable of doing in your head if you're, well rested and you have a Diet Coke in front of you. Okay, so now what I'm going to show you is something kind of cool. I'm going to take the same problem, which is log base 7, 49, and this time I am going to try to change this 49 into something that looks like a 7. So I know that log base 7 of 49 could be rewritten as log base 7 of 7 squared, right? Because 7 squared is 49. So all I did was rewrite the 49 as 7 squared. I picked to write it as 7 squared because I want these two numbers to match. Because when these two numbers match, you could think of them as kind of canceling each other out, so that it is clear that the answer here is 2, right? Because these 7s went away, so we were just left with 2. Let's do another one. Let's do this log 381. All right, so what is that going to equal? Well, I'm going to try to rewrite it so that I have log base 3, and I want to rewrite my 81 in terms of 3. So that would be 3 to the 4th, right? Because 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 makes 81. So that's how I could write it here. Then, because of my rule of disappearing logs, these two numbers kind of disappear, and all that's left is the 4. So that the base, or log base 381 equals 4. Just like we figured out over here, but now we figured it out over here kind of using a different method. All right, one last one. Log base 5, 125. Rewriting that, it's going to be log base 5, and then let's rewrite 125 in terms of 5 so that these two numbers match. And that will be to the 3rd. So then, the answer is simply 3, because these two cancel each other out. Now, you might think to yourself, I don't really like that because I don't like it. And that is fine. This is totally optional. You don't ever have to use this technique if you don't want to. I just think it's kind of cool, and there might be a situation where you want to do this. It doesn't really matter to me if you don't ever use it. I just think it's kind of a cool thing to know about. let's do a couple more examples, and then you can be turned loose to decide on your own whether or not you're ever going to use this. So here's my first example. What if I had log base 27 to 27 pi? So look at that. Look at that. They want 27 raised to the pi. What are we going to do? Well, we know that we can cancel those things out so that the answer is simply pi. Okay, let's try this one. Let's do log to the base 10 0.00001. Okay, so we're going to try to rewrite this using a 10. So I will say log base 10, and remember I could just leave that off if I wanted to, because if there's nothing there then we assume it's base 10. Log 10 to the 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negative fifth. Then I could see easily that these two cancel out, and my answer is simply negative 5. All right, let's do one last one, and then we'll be done. Number 3, log base 6 root 6. Oh, that's a good one, huh? All right, so rewriting that, that's going to be log base 6, 6 to the 1/2, right? Because that's what the square root sign means. That gives us simply 1/2, because these two cancel out. Now, again, this is completely optional. You do not have to use this method. I just wanted you to be aware of it. So there you go.